Hi guys, this is a short practice focusing on our wrists. Our wrists do so much for us, whatever we do, whether we're at a desk all day or working with our hands, cutting hair, making food, or just looking after people. So this practice is going to really focus on building strength around the wrist joint, but also releasing any accumulated tension. Okay, grab a block or a cushion to sit on. We're going to start by extending both arms out in front of us at shoulder height and making two fists. And then you're going to curl the wrists towards the floor. Yeah. And just feel that release through the top side of the arm. And just noticing any sensations, noticing if one side is tighter than the other. And then moving the other way, making a stop sign with both hands. Think about drawing the fingers wide and then drawing them towards the shoulders, hugging the shoulders back into the sockets. Couple more breaths. Okay, and then we'll do one more of each, making those fists, curling the fist towards the floor. Again, just feeling that release through the top of the forearms, so releasing into the wrist extensor muscles. Okay, and then again, making that stop sign, spreading the fingers wide, drawing the fingers towards the shoulders, hugging shoulders back to sockets. Take two more breaths. Good. Then from here, just shake out the wrists. Really good. Clasp the hands. You're going to press the palms down towards the ground. Okay, and really reach out through the base of the index finger knuckle. So you feel this lengthening through the inseam of the arm. And then you might play with elevating the arms to shoulder height. You can even see how it feels to elevate them all the way up overhead. But the focus here really is spreading the skin between the fingers. So just kind of go with a degree of motion that feels good for you today. Okay, and then switching it up, going for the clasp that feels slightly clunky, pressing the palms away from you. And then again, you might stay fairly low, maybe shoulder height, maybe elevating over. And if the shoulders are tired, just keeping the arms lower than shoulder height. Take two more breaths. Okay, releasing that. Okay, now you're going to take a hold of the right thumb with the left hand. Okay, bend the arm towards you and you're going to spread the fingers wide. Really spread the webbing between the fingers. And then you're going to just bend the arm to about 90 degrees. Keep spreading. Feel that release through the base of the thumb pad. Okay, and then draw the arm back in. This time hold on to the first finger. Again, re-extend the arm. So we're not fully straightening it. We're in about a 90-degree bend. And again, just feel that release around the joint of the first finger. And coming back up. Middle finger. Spreading, extending. There might be some cracks. They're just noticing what's going on. Okay, inhale. Back up. Hold on to the ring finger. Extend. Now drawing the arm back in. Going for the ring finger. And then out. Good. Drawing it back up. Just shaking out that hand. And then extending and flexing the fingers a few times. Good. Second side. Hold on to the left thumb with the right hand. Bend the arm at the elbow. Spread the fingers. And then open up the arm. Breathe. Okay, and then drawing it back in. Hold on to the first finger. Again, extend. And draw it back in, middle finger, extend. back in, ring finger, extend. And then last one, ring finger, extend. Okay, again, just take both hands this time and make that little claw, drawing the fingers in and out. Just pumping the blood, getting the circulation going. Okay, and then shake it off. From here, come onto all fours. Hands are under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to start to circle the shoulders around the wrists in a clockwise direction. And as you do this, really pay attention to the placement of the hands, okay? So we want to really think about pressing down firmly through the base of all 10 knuckles, especially forefinger and thumb. A lot of the time in yoga, especially if we're not aware of the placement of the hands, there's a tendency for the weight to land a bit more in the outer border of the hands. You guys keep going. And then this inner border lifts. So keep plugging in, especially through base of forefinger and thumb. And then change direction. Okay, changing direction. You guys are doing really well. Okay, then from here, turn the fingers to face the outside edges of the mat. And you can either circle or go from side to side. So we're just exploring the range of motion available to us. And if this stuff on all fours doesn't feel comfortable, just keep going with the seated work and come back to this when the wrists feel okay. Okay, and then from here, fingertips point back towards the knees. Now you can do one at a time or you can do both. And if you wanted to increase the stretch on the back of the forearms, you could also tuck toes and start to send the hips back towards the heels. Okay, taking a couple more breaths. Okay, and then from here, you're going to place the back of the hand on the mat. Now I like to do this one at a time, okay, so go easy and really focus on spreading the fingers, especially the thumb and the pinky finger, and try and plug the nails into the mat. Okay, and then switching up, second side, back of the hand down. And again, you'll probably notice that one side might be tighter than the other, just depending on, which side is dominant. Maybe one's a bit weaker. Just going sensitively in. And from here, sit back on the hands, shake out the wrists, clasp them and circle them a few times one way, and then a few times the other way. Okay, now for two of my favorite ways to strengthen the wrists and really wake up the muscles of the forearm. And when we wake this stuff up, we really create a protective sheath that helps support the wrists, especially when we're practicing. So coming back onto all fours, you're going to come onto the fingertips and make a tent with the hands. And rather than thinking about driving all the weight down through the forearms, think about gripping the mat a little bit and then suctioning back up through the palm of the hands. There's a sense of coming up and away from the floor, okay? And then you're going to spread the fingers wide and really ground back down through the skin of the palm. Okay, so you're getting even more space and connection with the ground. I'm going to do two more just like that, coming back onto the fingertips, claw the mat a little bit, really suction up through the palm of the hand, and then go the other way. Spread the fingers like you're spreading them through a pile of sand, and spread the skin. Let's do one more. Claw the fingers, suction up and away through the palm of the hand. And then again, spread them really wide and see how much of the palm you can get in contact. Oh, okay. And then we're going to do one final thing on all fours. We're going to try and keep the base of all the finger knuckles grounded and the tip of the thumb grounded, but then you're going to lift up the heel of the hand, and I'm going to let the base of the thumb knuckle lift as well. Okay, so staying on all fours, just lifting and lowering. So trying to keep the base knuckles of the fingers down, but the base of the thumb is going to want to lift, okay? We're just going to go for another 30 seconds or so if you can. And this does get quite spicy in the arms. Let's see if you can stay with it. Okay, you're doing really well. 3, interesting cracks. 2, and 1. Sit back on the heels. Just shake out the wrists. And then rest the hands in the lap. And just let yourself marinate in the sensations.